Hi. So, just forgotten everything I was gonna say. It's bloody freezing. That's my first thing I've got to say. It's bloody freezing. And it gets dark so quickly. No. It's like, gets dark at like 4 o'clock now. It's like, what the hell? But, yeah. Anyway. So, there's the main thing I really wanted to talk about. So you guys know I've been struggling. I think that's pretty obvious. I'm sorry for how bad we've been. Yeah, there's a lot happening at the moment, and it's, I don't know, it's been quite triggering and quite traumatic in a way. It's been sending us into like a full-on like fight or flight mode. Oi! What are you doing up there? Get down! You're not allowed on the kitchen side. Really? Come here. Look at this baby. Also, look how much better he looks. Like we were always really embarrassed to show because like it was like we weren't looking after him or something, but he had an allergy. You know, he was losing all of his fur, and it wasn't very nice. But look at his bum. Look at that. There's no patches anymore. Look at that bum. Look at that fluffy bum. Oh, he's a purry boy. He's a purry boy. Look at that bum. It's so fluffy now. Like literally looking back at footage from like a year ago, and he's got all these big patches, and he's got like no fur, and the big patches on his tail, and oh, just makes me so happy that he's better now. Oi, oi, nah, ah. Get down. You're obsessed with going on sides you're not allowed on, aren't you? He always stands on that side and then knocks my laptop down, so I'm not being mean. He like, because it's like there's this one little gap by the laptop then falls down that little gap and then crushes him in it. So he's not allowed there. He's also not allowed on the kitchen sides, but he's gonna do it anyway, isn't he? Anyway. Yeah. Been in like a constant fight or flight mode for days. Do you know what I mean? For weeks. It would kind of reach its peak every time I go into my room on my own, because we would fluffing my face now. We would spend like as long as we could out here with our roommates so that we didn't have to be on our own, and it would get to like 4 o'clock in the morning. Even if our roommates like passed out on the sofa snoring away, we're still sat in here. Thanks. Because we just don't want to go. Like every time we've gone into a bedroom, we've just had like a full-on meltdown, panic attack, like complete breakdown, you know. So, but the last few days have been a bit strange. I think there's a new altar. I think... Really, sir? You have to do this right here? What are you doing? Come on then. What are you doing, sir? Sit. Stay there. Yeah. I think there's a new altar. Because, well, we just keep seeing evidence of it. You know, the other day we went into the bedroom, expected to freak out and stuff again and have a panic attack or a breakdown, and we just blacked out instead and lost time and woke up in the morning with a new TikTok video. I'm gonna show you him, look at him. You are so funny. Oh, he purrs. He's so funny. Anyway. Yeah, we found a new TikTok video and there's been posts on Instagram, and yeah, I was saying literally like last week that I've been front stuck for months. I think out of like, because we're still in like fight or flight mode, it's like you don't want to space out, because like usually you switch into space when you're like either highly triggered or safe enough to switch, do you know what I mean? Like, I think because I'm still in the trauma, my brain just doesn't want to switch, and it's like afraid to miss anything, or I don't know. Yeah, but I think my brain has kind of said too much, like this is too much now, and has made a new friend. So yeah, it's like I go through these phases of like proper imposter syndrome, because it's like I haven't switched in months. I don't look like a lot of the YouTubers that we watch, or a lot of the systems that we know, do you know what I mean? We don't look like them, we don't switch often, we don't switch daily at all, for sure. And yeah, so we get quite imposter syndrome in a way over it, and yeah, but then things like this happen and it's like, oh yeah, you do have that disorder for a reason, you know, you've been diagnosed with it for a reason, because yeah, it does still happen. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to explain it, it's not going very well, but yeah, I think there might be somebody new. It's always scary and shocking, with all of my like distrust and things, you know, around it, you know, I just get so scared of a new alter. I always get worried that they're gonna do something to my body or to us, or something crazy, do you know what I mean? Like run away or break up with Casey, or I don't know, hurt somebody, or I don't know, anything. It could be anything, but I'm always just so scared. I think because of all the stigma and shit that we've had over the years, you know what I mean? Like it, yeah. So, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just a bit like in shock, I guess. Yeah, like I don't know much about them. I don't know much about, I don't know what I'm saying. I got distracted by a message. I sent a TikTok to my roommate earlier saying, oh my god, or something, like, and she just replied with, oh shit babes, you didn't know that? Don't call me babes. Babes. I can't see. Jesus. But yeah. I think with everything that's been going on, you know, with the constant stress over heating and power and food, like, we haven't eaten in like 2 days, just because all of our money has been going on electric. You know, we have power on now. You could probably tell if you can hear the fire, because it was just so fucking cold. But it'll probably be gone tomorrow. Like, literally, we put some on the day before yesterday. It was gone by yesterday morning, so we scraped together the literal last of our pennies. We had like £3 something each, me and my roommate, and we scraped that together so we could put like £7 on. So we got power now, but that will probably go on like tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's gone out like three times in the last 3 days. Like, how? Also, yeah, just because we've spent absolutely everything on electric, we haven't been able to restock any of our food or anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, we haven't been able to buy pasta or rice or frozen chips or anything, because any literal and any amount of money goes onto our power, because I can't survive without the heat. You know, like, if I'm sat in the cold for too long, my body's going to seize up. I'm going to have a seizure. Like, I can't do without the cold, or without the heat. Do you know what I mean? Like, I need some form of heating, even if that is just the power on so we can turn the kettle on so that we can make a hot water bottle. Do you know what I mean? I need some form of heat, else I will have a seizure and seize up. Like, the amount of little seizures that I've been having, like physical, like my whole body's tensing and seizing up because of just going into the bathroom at night, like going into the toilet and needing a wee and then coming back out, and by the time I'm back out, my body's like, I literally cannot move, I cannot walk, it's like completely seized up. So like, we have to get power. So it's a constant battle of like juggling which is more important. Do you know what I mean? Buying food or buying power? Buying food, buying power. And it's like my family guilt trip me every time I ask for some. I'm like, we haven't got any power, blah blah blah, and mum's just like, I want it back. Every time I want it back. Make sure you send it to me back. I've never not sent it to her back. I have never not done that. That's what's really like annoying to me, is that every time I borrowed money off her, even if I only have £30 on payday, I still send her money back. I still send her 10, 20 quid back, regardless if I've only got 30 quid, and if it's gonna fuck me over. I've always sent it back to her, and then she still gives me the whole, make sure you send it back, make sure you give it to me back, I'm not going without, Rebecca. Fuck off with it. And also, there's a strike going on. There's the Daily Mail strikes. Or no, not Daily Mail. That's a newspaper. Royal Mail strikes, which, you know, I am all supporting the workers and the striking, and I want to support them in what they deserve, you know. But it is terribly inconvenienced a lot of people. It's like, if it was just a parcel, I wouldn't care. Do you know what I mean? If I was just waiting for a parcel, Christmas present, anything to arrive, then I'd be like, that's absolutely fine. I don't care. I don't celebrate Christmas on Christmas Day. I celebrate Yule, so it doesn't really matter to me when it arrives. Do you know what I mean? If it was something that was like that, but it's not important. But we haven't received our energy letter. You know, it's like, oh yeah, you get 60 odd quid from the government every month to help you with your energy, but because of the Royal Mail strikes, we're not getting them. So helpful. And it's like people who are on pay monthly bills instead of a pay-as-you-go meter like us, they get it just sent to them, or like a discount off of their bills or something, so they get it regardless. The people who can afford to pay a bill, people who are in better situations than people like me in a place where you have a meter, a pay-as-you-go meter, and this doesn't just mean like me, this means everybody in this building, everybody in other buildings that have pay-as-you-go meters, and there's hundreds and hundreds, they can't get their letters. We just don't get them because Royal Mail is striking. The poorest people in the country are not getting their support because Royal Mail is striking. Thanks. Like, I wanna I want to be supportive of the Royal Mail people, but if you're actively putting people in danger because elderly people across the country are not getting their energy vouchers and can't afford to put the heating on, seems a little counterintuitive. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're saying, we're doing this for the people, we're doing this for the people, we want this to be good for the people, yet they're letting people go cold because they refuse to send them the letters, they're refusing to deliver them at all. And it's like, train strikes are happening right now, but the train companies realise how important trains are, and if they just stop service fully, then it's going to shut the whole country down. The whole country will stop moving and stop running because people need to go to work, people need to go to places. So what are they doing? They're striking on certain days, they're striking on every other day. It's on every website what days they're striking, so if you need to travel, you can travel on other days. But no, Royal Mail are like, nah, fuck you lot, fuck all of you. We want our shit, so fuck all of you lot. And I get it. Unions are important, and what they're striking for is important. I'm supporting all of the train workers, I'm supporting all of the postal workers, I'm supporting any strikes that are going on right now. The NHS, anything. People deserve correct pay. But there's a better way to do it, do you know what I mean? Like, if every single nurse in a hospital striked at the exact same time, people would die. People would die because we need nurses, and I know we need nurses. That's the point they're striking. But do you know what I'm trying to say? It goes across. It goes against everything you're standing for as a nurse to protect people. If you let them die because you're not getting paid enough, you should be paid fully, yes, but you should also not let people die, which is what they're doing. They're taking shifts. They're making sure that there is enough staff in the hospital. But for Royal Mail, they're just going, fuck all you lot, we don't fucking care. Like, we didn't get our October one until the middle of November. Helpful, really helpful. And now we're just going to go through Christmas without any power or any help or support, this free support we're getting from the government. And probably going to go without power multiple days in a row, without heating, just because the Royal Mail just can't be bothered to even do one day of sending people essential letters. Like, they've just stopped. And like, sure, do what you need to strike, but not on absolutely everything. There's people who need prescriptions sent to them. There's people who need, like, insurance letters, and like, people are getting problems with council tax and shit because they're not getting sent their letters. People are getting in trouble. And then there's people like me who are on pay-as-you-go meters who don't get anything because they're striking, and it's like, I'm trying not to come across as really selfish here, because I can see how many people across the country this is going to affect. Do you know what I mean? If we have to wait until way past Christmas for our December energy letter, that's going to affect multiple elderly people, so many disabled people, so many single parents, so many people with children, just so many people are on pay-as-you-go meters. And if they're sent out by letters, that means that thousands and thousands and thousands of people across the UK are just not getting help. This help that we're so rightly deserved, because the country's fucking us over. Sorry, I'm quite annoyed by it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to support the postal workers in whatever they need. I want to support the strike. I want to do everything. But when it's putting actual people at risk due to not having energy bills or due to not getting essential letters that they need, I don't give a fuck about parcels. They can wait. It's the important letters, you know, like people having surgery appointments sent to them by letter. All of my hospital letters came to me by letter. So if I had an appointment at a hospital, I wouldn't find out until it was way too late, because they're just not sending letters. Do you see what I mean? There's probably people who are waiting for letters for life-saving surgery, and they're just not going to get them. You could do 1 day a week. You could strike every day. You work 6 days a week already, Royal Mail. You do Monday to Saturday. You take Sundays off. You already do 6 days a week. Just do one. Just do one so that people don't die. So that people don't get fucking hurt. So that people need their shit. And even if it was just to filter out what important letters are there, like, oh, that's from the council, okay, yeah, send it to them. That's from the hospital, okay, send it to them. That's from the government for the energy bills, go, okay, send it to them. Oh, that's just an Amazon package? No, don't worry about it. You know, like, there should be some kind of priority system, because it's like, the nurses don't just go, nah, fuck you, I'm striking now, and let their patients die. Do you know what I mean? Like, there should be some kind of understanding for the public in what you're fucking over. I remember a couple of years ago, the local bus company here in my city did a strike, but they still did their route. Every bus still did their route. They still drove around and did every route exactly as it should be, but when people got on, they said, no, we're not charging you, we're striking. But get on and get off whenever you want. Just go. Get on, just go. They kept running because people needed to go to work. People need to get to the hospital. People need to get to different places, you know? People need to go places. And if you stop every bus running, it's going to fuck a lot of shit up. So they kept running, but refused to charge anybody. So then when the bus company was losing out on hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds from the bus drivers refusing to charge customers, they then did something about it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you could strike without inconveniencing everybody. Like, I don't know. I might be really going off on the wrong kind of thing here, but it just doesn't seem like it's being approached well, if you get me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've seen many, many strikes over my life, and not one of them has, impacted society so much. Even the train strikes across the country, people still get there. People still get to their places. I don't know. I went off on one about that. It's just stressful. Do you know what I mean? It's just stressful when you don't know when you're going to have power on, you don't know if you're going to have lights on, you don't know if you're going to be able to eat tonight, you don't even know if you're going to be able to have heating at all for the next few weeks. Do you know what I mean? It's constant, it feels like we're living in some kind of, apocalyptic, I feel like I'm in a zombie apocalypse and we're all fighting for survival. Do you know what I mean? My brain said a war, but I'm not going to say a war. That's really insensitive. Like an apocalypse. Do you know what I mean? It's like we're like, fuck, we gotta get supplies, we gotta get water, we gotta get things and store it in our houses, because else we're gonna die. You know, like we're stocking up on blankets and blankets and blankets because it's just getting so fucking cold. Like, I'm concerned this winter's gonna be deadly. It's gonna be deadly, and I don't like it. Anyway, I'm gonna go, because I've just been chatting shit. I've just been going off on one about the Royal Mail. Yeah. Tell me if I'm being a cunt. I probably am. You know, I'm just concerned about things like that, because it's been weeks already, so there's definitely going to be people who can't afford their power and have been sat there for weeks waiting for their energy letter, and it's just not going to show up. You know? Like, I saw a TikTok today of the backlog at the Bristol Home Depot, and it's literally pouring out the building. It's into the car park of how many packages and parcels and letters is just left there. Out in the car park, in the rain. Like, I wonder how many people's parcels are going to be destroyed due to that. Due to weather damage. Someone orders a brand new TV and it gets completely destroyed because it's left out in the car park. I'm just baffled by it. I'm just baffled that this is their logic. That this is like, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's going to get us what we want. Sure. Might kill your family members in the meantime, but go for it. Anyway, I'm just getting so wound up, so I'm going to go. Sorry, I've been chatting absolute shit. Hopefully the next time it will be better. Who knows? Anyway, Bye.